under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So we've got patrons concern. I don't have anyone signed up, but did you guys?
Bruce wants to say something. Don't you want to introduce?
Oh, this is my wife, Linda. She'll be writing for the Posey County News now. So I want to.
Okay.
I thought she retired and she didn't stay retired. But
Welcome. So I'll look for a motion for the minutes, claim docket, and consent items with a few additions.
Yeah, I want to add Braxton Lee at North Elementary teacher, 6th grade. I told you we went to 30 and 30, and it's early in the year, so I felt like we needed to do that. And also Josh Elpers and Braxton Lee for high school volunteer wrestling coaches. And that's pending paperwork approval and all of that, making sure they get everything in. They will not start until we get all that.
that's right.
Yeah, the at North Elementary. The other stuff's been done.
Mhm. Looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the claim docket minutes and consent items as listed with the additions with Dr. Sandwiches.
Second.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mrs. Will, second by Mr. Stock to approve the consent items. Is there any questions or comments on it? I have one question for the trip to DC.
Yeah.
Are you looking for additional chaperones?
Believe it or not, I've had people come out of the woodwork one of these
Yeah.
chaperones for it. As of right now, it'll be me, Mr. Barker, Mr. Seymour from in the high school, and Mrs. Thompson. And then I've got Mr. McMunn lined up as well. And then, but you're more than welcome to come if you want to. I think I've almost had more adults say that they want to go than the kids. So
Well, it's still a long way away yet.
it is, yeah. We're going to do spring break this time in 2021 instead of we're going to skip an inauguration, be a little more low key,
Mhm.
so we can actually see everything on our agenda this time. So
Good.
Yeah.
Nothing else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0.
Or
4-0, sorry.
All right, so you're good on the DC then?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
We're done.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, new business.
I'd like to ask the board to approve the tentative agreement with the Teachers Association for the master contract for 1920-2021. As you know, we had a hearing before the contract negotiations started. We had public comments after we published the tentative agreement. It's one of the best contracts that we've had in years. 98 teachers qualify, and the average raise is $2,445. That varies depending on where they were at, and whether they met the cap at the top at 68,000, and or whether they didn't qualify for a raise at all, and they just got the bump up from us raising the bottom of our scale. And if you had a master's, you got more than that. So, very good contract. Asking the board to approve the 2-year agreement with the teachers.
Looking for a motion to approve the master contract.
I'll make a motion to approve the master contract.
Second.
1 second.
Motion by Mr. Oakley, second by Mrs. Will to approve the 2019 to 2021 master contract. Any questions or discussion?
it's nice to approve a contract like this, and the short time I've been on the board, it's definitely the best contract we've approved. I know we talked a lot about, we had, in the old contract, we had 50 teachers making less than $40,000. In this one, we still have 45 making less than $40,000, but this is the first year of the 2-year contract, so hopefully when we look at these numbers next year, they'll be much improved. And we had 25 teachers making less than $35,000 on the old contract, and with the new contract, it would be 0 making less than $35,000, so it's great improvement. So that was it.
Yeah, and next year, with the approving of the contract, the bottom of the pay goes to 37,000. So any teacher that we hire that doesn't qualify for a raise or doesn't have an evaluation, the minimum will be 37,000. The teachers that have been here, all will be making more than that.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4.
I'd like to ask the board to also approve the raises and stipends for the following non-certified staff. As I've got listed out, the different groups, the bus drivers had already been approved. We want to raise the bus driver sub pay, and then all non-certified with a 60-cent raise, with the technology director getting an additional $5,000 added to the pay. And then also I'd like to ask the board to approve the stipends for all of the non-certified as presented to you tonight in your board packet. Those stipends are anywhere from $1,000 to $500 to $300 for our subs. Also, I'd like to ask the board to approve the administrator salary increases and stipends. The administrator increase would be by $1,000 and their stipend would be $1,000. Also, a couple of those administrators had previously been approved in a 2-year contract, so they'd already received their contract, and then my raise and stipend had already been previously approved as well. So asking the board to approve all of the non-certified and the rest of the staff increases.
Looking for a motion to approve the raises and stipends as presented.
So are we doing that two
We can
different
do it
votes
in,
all in one?
we can do it all in one.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
okay.
Make a motion, we approve the raises and stipends to the non-certified and to administration.
Or second,
I'll second.
motion by Mr. Stock, second by Ms. Wilt, to approve the administrators and non-certified stipends and raises. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4-0.
I'd like to ask the board to approve the professional leave request as listed in the board packet. Also, I'd like to add Megan Velker, Courtney Bittner, Dave Kaler, Mike McMunn, Brad Wallace, and Brian Wilson to go up and participate in the Red Out in Indianapolis for the Teachers Association. And they were asking the board to approve all of the professional leave requests and treat that as a professional leave as well. And also would like to ask at this time, anybody watching our board meeting to wear red on the 19th in support of our teachers. Asking the board to approve the professional leave request.
Looking for a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the professional leave with the additions.
Second,
I'll second that.
motion by Mr. Oakley, seconded by Mr. Stock, to approve the professional leave with the additions. Any questions, discussion?
Glad North Posey will have some representation in Indianapolis on the 19th.
Mhm. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4-0.
Moving on to reports, you have the fuel reports in your board packet. Also, you had the 3 options of the calendar in your packet. We'll be voting on that calendar in the December meeting. And as I have discussed with you through the emails and different things, that we, option 3 seems to be the leading one that we would go with. So we'll vote on that in the next meeting. And then we need to think about whether or not we're going to do the master's pay that was discussed. It's not a negotiable. It is a supplemental pay. I have looked up the requirements and all of that. I'll probably try to bring that to you so you can, and submit that to you, through our portal, and let you see the rules and regulations on that. And we need to look at whether or not we're going to add the one-time supplemental pay allowed by law for people who are here that get a master's. And so it would be a one-time pay. We discussed it in bargaining, but it's a non-negotiable. And we just got to decide if it's something we want to do. So that's that. The next board meeting will be held December the 9th in the board office. Executive session will begin at 5:30. Regular meeting at 6:30, and I have that highlighted because I really, really wanted to have it in a building if one was complete. I think North Elementary will definitely be completed by then. The high school probably will not. South Terrace, with this weather turning like this, the playground probably will not. So if we don't have it in the board office, what I would like to do is do a walkthrough and then come over here for executive session. So you can
Do
see
you
the
want more time on that or our normal?
right now, I think we probably could get it done in our normal time. I know we were slam packed today, but I don't, unless something really happens, I don't see that in executive session the next everything. We should be in smooth sailing motion at that. So anyway, I would say we probably could do it all in an hour.
Okay. Anything else for the good of the cause?
The safety committee met last week. The minutes are in your Google Drive folder, and building priority safety lists have also been added. It'll be a working document where if there's grants and things available, we should be able to just go to that and see what the priority items are. It should make things easier. That's all I have.
I was just gonna say, I feels like on Facebook lately, I've seen so many, like good things going on, like the spell bowl. I think the high school spell bowl, the junior high spell bowl, and we had Reagan, Kester, and so it just seems like there's been a lot of good things happening lately. Not that there's not always good things happening.
Doing a better job of getting it out there. Yeah.
I haven't seen any more.
That's all I have.
All right. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A motion by Mr. Oakley, second by Mr. Stock to adjourn, and we are adjourned.